Hey fam, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be creating two looks with this brand new Rebel Rogue Lab Howlin For You palette. So if you are interested in finding out how I came up with this look, go ahead and stay tuned. We're going to get into it right now. So as soon as I saw this palette sneak peeked, I was obsessed with it. I ordered it the day it came out for pre-order. And it finally just got here yesterday. I was so excited. It's a beautiful palette. It's very kind of Halloween-y. And this brand, Rebel Rogue Labs, I believe most of their palettes are based off of songs that the owner loves and like feels inspired by. Like each palette is supposed to represent a song. So this one is Howlin For You. And the color story inside I think is like very reminiscent of Halloween. We do have 4 mattes, 4 shimmers, and 1 pressed glitter, but I did find that it was pretty easy to work with the pressed glitter. I did use every shade in the palette, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing how I created this look. So we're gonna go ahead and play with the Rebel Rogue Labs palette today. This is the Howlin For You palette, and this is just screaming Halloween to me. I know we're a ways away from Halloween, but I wanted to play with this immediately. I just received it in the mail yesterday. I had pre-ordered this palette the day it launched. I'm so excited to pop into this. The brand Rebel Rogue Lab is an indie brand out of South Carolina, and I'm so excited. This is my first time trying this brand. The color story is so pretty. So this is the beautiful color story that we're gonna be playing with today. I'm so excited. I'm gonna do a different look on each eye just so I can try more of these shades, and I'm so excited to tap into this. I'll go ahead and include some swatches here. I do feel like the swatches they have online may oversell this palette a little bit. It just seems like the swatches look a little bit deeper and more pigmented than what I just saw. Like everything looks a little bit more turned up, or like this menace shade looks like a dark raspberry burgundy. I mean, maybe if you like build that up to the high heavens, but that is not a deep, rich burgundy shade. It's like a raspberry purpley plum color. So, but it's still a really pretty color story. I'm still really excited for it. But if you're going on the swatches that they have, I think it's a little bit less saturated than what it appears in the swatches. Nevertheless, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna start with the shade here, Electrode, in my crease for both eyes. And this shade is kind of like, I guess, your standard Dijon shade. And I'm gonna use this to build up the crease on both sides. So now that I have that kind of Harvest Gold shade built up, I'm gonna go ahead and just buff it out very gently with this fluffier brush. This is a clean brush. There's no additional product on it. And I'm basically just using it to soften those lines. So next, to deepen up the crease on this eye, I'm going to go in with Laboratory, which is this kind of bright neon green, kind of slimy colored, which I like. And I'm just carrying that right through the crease. And we're letting a little bit of that yellow kind of continue to peek through on the top. And then just kind of pulling it out like that. With the exact same brush, on this side I'm gonna grab this orange shade called Zoinks. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing we did with the green. I'm just going to carry it through the crease, sweep it out into the outer corner. And we're gonna let a little bit of that kind of harvest yellow peek out from the top. Next, for the outer corner, I'm going to reach into Menace, this kind of deeper plum shade, and I'm gonna do that on both eyes. Just kind of start by stamping this so I can get the placement down. And we just wanna kind of keep this focus to the outside. Yeah. So now that we have the outer corners kind of like that little purple shade sort of placed out there, I want this to be like a funky look. I'm gonna reach back in with my little crease brush into the green and the orange respectively for each eye and kind of blend that purple back down. All right, y'all, so this is kind of where we're at right now. My eyes are a little messy, but this is my first time trying this formula or some of these colors together, so please bear with me. I'm just kind of playing around today. But what I kind of did was keep the plum shade kind of more focused down this way on both sides, and then I'm kind of trying to sort of blend this. I have to say kind of already, this is not my favorite formula I've ever played with. I wish the mattes were a little bit more pigmented, a little bit more punchy, but it does have like a vibe. This palette, it's definitely a little bit more grungy. It's not as like poppy. I just wish like this green was a little bit more intense. So, I mean, I'm not crazy about this palette yet, but let's keep playing and see what we can come up with. Okay, so then I want to start on, we'll start on this eye with the shade Abyss, this kind of green shimmery shade. I'm gonna grab like a little flat brush and start to apply. Oh, that is very deep. Start to apply this here into the inner part of my lid. And Doug and I still have to go to the grocery store today, but I swear the people at Giant have to be so used to me by now. Coming in there looking cray cray. So they'll have to see my little Halloween adventure as we get our groceries. It'll be fun. Okay, and then on this side, I want to start with the shade Shriek, this kind of orangey shimmer. I'm just gonna go on the other side of this brush. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, just start here in the inner corner. I'm glad at least that these shimmers do seem to really be sticking well. Hopefully. There we go. And they seem very pigmented even with the brush, which I appreciate. I'm not a huge finger person because I just feel like I can't get as precise with my big old clumsy fingers when I'm trying to do eyeshadow. So I am happy to see that these do pick up with a brush. So then our next shade for the green side, I am gonna grab the shade Beast, this brown shade. It's kind of like, I guess, a browny, like raisiny purple. And I am just going to carry this into this deeper purple, into the deeper purple on the outer corner. And I know this looks absolutely insane right now, but I'm hoping we can all have faith in me that I can pull this together in the final hour. You can see all this fallout, which is fine. I have no face makeup on. And then on this side, on the orange side, I'm going to reach into Illusion, this pretty purple shade. I'm going to do the exact same thing we just did with the Beast shade. So grabbing some of our Illusion shade, this pretty purple, I am going to carry this from the center of my lid to the outer corner. Okay, definitely looking a little cray-cray, which is normal for me, I'm sure. I'm now gonna go with a little bit of my NYX glitter glue, just in the center of my eyes. I'm gonna rub this little bit between my two fingers. See if I can get this on without disturbing my eyeshadow. Because Lord knows my eyeshadow is disturbing enough. I'm just tapping this in the center of my lid on both sides. So I wasn't as worried about the blend between the shimmers. All right, now that we have our glitter primer down, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that center shade called Ghosted. And I am going to, whoa, that is really soft. I'm gonna tap this in the center of my lid. Yeah. Pretty sparkly. All right, so now that we have the eyes all glittery and colorful, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and we'll be back for the final look. Baby, I'm howling for you. All right, y'all, so we are back for the final look. I really like it. I feel so punky and fun and colorful. I'm just like living. Halloween is my favorite holiday. I love that you can be whatever you want for a day. It's just so freeing. So my lashes are in the style Party Lash. They're like a purpley, kind of like a black and purple lash. For my lower lash line, I tapped back into the palette and I used that kind of Harvest Gold color in Electrode. And then I just kind of went right up against my lash line with like a little smudger brush with this purple Menace shade. And then for this kind of glittery inner corner, I grabbed my little Pixie Fairy Lights in Passion Light, which is an older one. It's kind of like an orange glitter. I am feeling the F out of this look. Oh, and my lipstick is from Maybelline. It is the Violet Vixen, the Bold Audacious line. I really like this. I feel super fun and punky and grungy and cool. I will say my thoughts on the palette is that the mattes are a little less pigmented than I thought, and they do tend to blend away a little bit, but you can absolutely work with them and they do blend well. I really like the shimmers. I love the color story. I think it's so beautiful. I think this just kind of screams Halloween, and I love Halloween. So I really like this look, and I'd love to know what you guys think of my little spooky look with the Rebel Rogue palette. Howling for You. So I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing me create this look with the Rebel Rogue Lab Howling For You palette. I had a lot of fun. It was fun to kind of create two different looks, play with different colors, and try all the shades in the palette. I had a lot of fun. I hope that this was fun for you guys as well. I thank you all so much for being with me. I love you all so much, and until the next video, bye.